Jayda 6108. This is my evaluation for media. In what ways does your media product develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media productions? Each media product that was produced by my group and I has developed and embedded the forms and conventions of real media products. The conventions I have embedded from the horror genre are as follows: urban settings, high and low angles connoting fear and power, dark expressive non-naturalistic lighting, creating shadows and unfamiliar shapes in the darkness. I used a conventional antagonist in my trailer. However, we made her possessed, controlled by a higher power, almost as if she is the human vessel possessed by a devil-like spirit. The trailer is supernatural theme, based and heavily challenged the conventional protagonist, as our trailer does not have a protagonist, although the main characters as a union can be shown to act as a protagonist. In our film trailer, we made sure to add the production and distribution companies, Lionsgate and Ghost House Pictures, to the beginning of the trailer to ensure that it is recognisably a trailer and allows the audience to identify whether the production will be good due to the production's companies. My trailer meets conventions of not identifying the antagonist. In my trailer, you see snippets of the character, but you are not exposed to his face. This creates a convention which is incorporated in all my media production. Is embedded different social. Another convention which I incorporate in all my media productions is different social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. This convention allows the audience to have access to additional information, follow and support the pages and comment their views on the production piece. You will see this convention on all trailers, as it is an easy way of advertising and distributing the media product, and easily meets the target audience of young teenagers, as they have easy access and are most likely to use social media sites. A further convention used in my trailer is dark settings, creating a sense of isolation and vulnerability, building suspense and tension in the audience. One way my trailer challenges media conventions are that trailers are usually a minimum of 2 minutes long. My trailer challenges convention, as my trailer is only 1 minute, 1 minute 7 seconds. This is a relatively short length of time for a media trailer, but where not a lot of narrative is being exposed to the audience. This may draw them to further watch the film and find out what happens further in the film. When researching professional horror movie posters, the colour scheme is often black, red and white. Therefore, I worked with this colour scheme using white for the font and keeping the background black and mysterious. A dark background makes the foreground image stand out more, indicating that it has a significant role in the film. The use of one large image grabs the audience's attention to create optical focus. There is often a manipulation to the eye to create an unnatural and eerie look, drawing the audience to it because it is unusual. My poster meets and challenges the conventions of the horror genre effectively, making the victim on the front cover this meets conventions, as often on a horror film poster which has a possessive narrative, have one large image of the victim, often a female becoming possessed. By not including an antagonist or any other characters on the poster creates a sense of mystery and curiosity of who this is. It also indicates the image of the person on the poster may be in danger or a danger to others. Another convention I embedded in my poster is captions, slogans, with the join us at the top. I located this at the top of the poster because it is the first place our eyes will go to when viewing the poster. The lighting on my poster is very dark. This is a convention of the horror genre as it adds mystery and uncertainty. The main convention for any movie poster would be the bold script writing because they are announcing information and something which the audience would read. Script font is quite formal and the bold effect makes it stand out. A convention in all my media production pieces is that media platforms are embedded onto the product, allowing the audience to access additional information and comment on productions. This is conventional as it is a way of the way the company advertise, distribute and the media product. These social media elements also appeal to the target audience. Which case study were most influential in both video and print? Draw specific comparisons with your own media products. Orphan and the Devil Inside became big influential pieces when it came to creating my movie poster. As you can see above, they both are composed in a similar way, by having one large image and a dark, gloomy background. Having a female on the poster meets the conventions of having a damsel in distress, who is the female victim. By having the eyes plain white draws the audience to it because it is unusual and indicates a possessive and devil-like theme, connoting that the female is being controlled by someone with devil characteristics. Also, by having no colour in the eyes closes the pathway to her soul, but as she is looking straight into your eyes, it creates a scene of hypnosis, attempting to get you to join us. The use of having letters in the title flipped vertically adds to the possessive and corrupted theme. It also may connote the whole concept of the audience life being changed and turned around from their normal lives that they live once they watch this movie, and it adds a sense of realism. For my trailer, Paranormal Activity and The Devil Inside movie, for my film, Paranormal Activity and The Devil Inside movies were used to refer to. They are both movies which involve themes of possessive behaviour and elements of the unknown. Similar to a scene in The Devil Inside involves an emergency phone call to the police, where the victim under possession admits to the police that she killed a number of people. Using this unique feature in my film trailer adds a sense of realism to the film, making the possessive events fearful because the audience starts believing that they are real life events. How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? Using social media like the product shown above is one way in which I made my main product and ancillary text combined into one. This allows the audience to access and share information quickly, appeal to younger target audience, allows the audience to share viewpoints and comments on the production piece, interact with others who may also be interested in this production piece, and finally allows them to follow for any future productions or information. In all of our production pieces, we made the font and colour scheme the same. Creating consistency and convergence. This makes it easy for the audience to easily identify the link between products. When researching, we understood this was a main convention on all media platforms. When you first access the website page, the trailer is automatically played. This is a form of advertising and is effective as it allows the audience to get to know the narrative of the film before they navigate around the rest of the website. In the film trailer, there is a scene of a montage of pictures who are in which students who attend the school in the movie. The pictures have been manipulated in a way to add a horror effect. The idea of having an upside down cross on the forehead is shown in both the trailer and the movie poster. This is effective in combining elements of the production piece and ancillary text together. From this you can clearly see the link between products. What have you learned from your audience feedback? Using a questionnaire to obtain feedback from audiences allowed us to gather a lot of viewpoints on various things like what drama they think the movie is and how likely would you want to watch the movie. When asked how many stars you would rate the film, 32% of the audience rated it a 3. When asked what conventions do you think this trailer is and why, majority of the participants were able to identify the conventions. How well did you understand the narrative of the film? 15 students said well, and only 1 said not well. This shows that the narrative is relatively clear without showing too much of the film. When asked how likely they would go and see the film, I got a neutral response, receiving most ratings between 4 and 6. From these questionnaires you can identify a mix in reactions of the trailer, but the majority of the audience enjoyed it, and here are some of the qualitative responses we got from it. How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation? With the advantage of the accessibility of a digital SLR camera, HD camera and various programs like Photoshop, Final Cut Pro and Wix.com, I was able to shoot and edit my production pieces, and with the use of Weebly.com I kept track of my progress and portrayed my knowledge on media conventions and regulations. Having previous experience with the use of a DSLR camera, it was relatively easy to capture what I was wishing to achieve. Setting the camera on portrait mode as I was looking to capture the close-up portrait of the main character in the movie. When taking a picture, I used artificial lighting through the use of a torch. Only a hint of light slightly beneath the model's face to create weak shadows above the cheekbones and either side of the nose bridge, adding to the horror feel to the poster. When editing my poster, I used Photoshop, enabling me to easily layer and compose my movie poster. I placed the image I took of the model, who is the main character, and positioned her so she is centered, making her the focal point. Photoshop enabled me to add special effects and create a more effective horror theme. I used an interactive whiteboard to draw on the upside down cross with more accuracy. When it came to producing my movie trailer, I used a HD camera to film the footage. I was taught how to use the different functions of this piece of technology. Once my footage was recorded, I used Final Cut Pro, which enabled me to add text, put the footage on a timeline to create a narrative, and incorporate music. Wix allowed me to construct a website, incorporating all information available and my other production pieces, like poster and trailer. When researching and planning, I kept an ongoing blog, almost like a diary, by using Weebly.com to keep track of my development in planning for my final production piece and show my progress and knowledge on media conventions. The process of research involves me using various media technologies and becoming familiar with different types of media and programs which I may want to incorporate in my final piece. I became familiar with creating productions like Swedes, Finest, Panoramic Images and using equipment like DSLR camera and Photoshop. In order to get audience feedback, I created a questionnaire to see the viewpoints of those who may fit our target audience. On my evaluation stage, I used the present to create a slideshow of my trailer, ideas and production process, referring to genre codes and conventions, narrative characteristics, and distribution system.
Excellent, okay. We've just got a couple of questions, and you're free. So thinking about the audience feedback you got from all your questionnaires, is there anything you'd do differently if you were going to do it next time?
Well, a lot of them said that they didn't like the idea it was in their school grounds, so I'll probably change the setting.
Why do you think they might not have liked the setting?
Because they're students. But I would, when creating the production, I thought that I used the school setting so they can relate to the school.
But why might they not like that setting?
Because it's safe and it's not safe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, can I just ask one quick question? At the start, you were talking about the different production companies and why you had used them. But you didn't quite say why those particular production companies. Why were they the ones you chose to use?
Well, when researching and planning and watching various different trailers and movies in the same genre and have the possessive theme, I identified that they used Ghost House Pictures, which is, as you can tell, a horror by the name. And Lionsgate is a relatively famous production distribution company, so that allows me to get a wider audience.
Yeah.